How extensive is this teaching in our educational institutions? I'm afraid that it's very extensive. For a long time, we went to university campuses and we had conversations with leadership. And I don't think that I don't see myself as naive, but we kept showing up at this one university for 3 years just because we're in the neighborhood. And they would have, 3, 4, sometimes 5 people from leadership sit down and talk with us. Oh, okay, what are your guys' perspectives? What are you doing in town? Yeah, we have a gay-straight alliance on campus. And, well, can we come on campus and talk? Well, I'm just trying to get a better grasp on what it is that you guys are sharing. And we're like, you're not getting anywhere. What's the problem? Well, when I was speaking at a pastoral's retreat recently, and there were young pastors involved, and one evening I was analyzing a video that we were mentioning earlier this evening, and the guy said to me, I know that you kind of have this conundrum about getting onto campuses, but have you ever thought about following the money? Oh yeah, I said, well, absolutely, because all of our universities, with the exception of one being Weimar, receive federal funding. So when you receive federal funding, you have different guidelines that are in place, and you open up yourself to a lawsuit if you have somebody that speaks against something that general society would condone or approve of. There's a second level of that, is that if we come onto campus and we do share the gospel and the LGBT person doesn't like it and they don't want to go to that university, then the parent's going to pull that child out and send them elsewhere. That's money too. And so it has been that it is extremely difficult to get onto Adventist university campuses today. Okay, so in the second part of that question about the teaching in our educational institutions, there was somebody in a conference recently working in a conference office who called tearful a man who was brokenhearted, his wife brokenhearted, who said, our daughter, for no reason, she's identifying as gender fluid. She has a boyfriend. Well, we thought he was a boyfriend. Now she's been getting him women's attire and jewelry and puts lipstick on him, and he comes to our family worship and stuff together. We love our daughter, and we don't know how this happened. I went to my daughter and I said, how did this happen? And she confided that it happened because the teachers on campus are now advocating for a book put out of our North American division called Guiding Families of LGBT plus Loved Ones. I said, well, you know something? You're in the backyard of this, and you need to be calling somebody at the North American division and questioning. There have been calls on this book from all over the world saying, has the church changed its position on homosexuality? Because this book certainly makes it seem so. So education-wise, absolutely. This is in the hands of over 7,000 Adventist educators. I went to a conservative academy, Adventist academy. The principal wanted me to come for a week of prayer to help students that were struggling with these sexual ideations that they were having about gender and being gay and all these things that are happening at younger ages today. And he said, our faculty, some of them want to know what it is that you're going to share, so maybe you should just kind of come and maybe talk to them. So I went kind of auditioning. I showed them Journey Interrupted, and I thought that would be pretty instrumental. And then I shared with them afterwards a little bit of my testimony, which included failure, so that they would know I wasn't coming in with a 2x4 or a baseball bat. I wasn't going to beat them over the head if they're experiencing failure in their lives, but that Jesus has answers and solutions. And the first question that I got was from the Adventist Bible School, of the Bible teacher, who asked me this. So, Wayne, what are you going to share from Scripture with the students that shows that homosexuality is sin? Because I'm not sure that it is. I said, what Bible are you reading from? And later, the principal would tell me that was seen as confrontation. I said, I hope so. I didn't get to go and speak to that academy.